I never thought something as ordinary as fixing a security camera would change my life forever. It started on a quiet afternoon when I called a technician to repair the cameras in my home. For months, they hadn't worked properly, and I wanted them fixed just for peace of mind. When the technician left, I felt relieved. The cameras were finally working again, quietly recording every corner of the house. I should have told my son, but I didn't. Maybe I simply forgot, or maybe deep down, I wanted to see what happened in this house when no one thought I was watching. That small decision became the reason I uncovered the darkest truth of my life. That evening, restless and unable to sleep, I opened the laptop connected to the cameras. At first, nothing unusual. The kitchen was empty, the hallway dim, the living room silent. But when I switched to the lounge camera, I froze. There they were. My son and my daughter-in-law sitting close together, speaking in hushed voices. Their faces were tense. My son leaned forward, whispering something. I couldn't hear the words, but I read his lips. "We must act soon." My daughter-in-law nodded, her expression cold, calculating. My heartbeat grew faster. What were they talking about? I leaned closer to the screen. Minutes passed, and then the moment came that broke me. My daughter-in-law pulled a folder from her bag and spread papers across the table. My son picked them up, glanced at them, and smiled grimly. "Once she signs these," he said, "everything will be ours." She won't even know what she's lost. I couldn't breathe. The she was me. Tears filled my eyes as I watched the two people I trusted most plotting against me. My own son, the boy I raised with love and sacrifice, was planning to take everything I had. My daughter-in-law, whom I welcomed like a daughter, was standing by his side, guiding him in this betrayal. I pressed my hand to my mouth to stop a cry. I wanted to believe I had misunderstood. But the next words destroyed any hope. My son's voice grew sharper. "Mother is weak now. She trusts me blindly. If she hesitates, we'll tell the doctor she's losing her memory. Then we'll get legal control. Once that happens, she won't be able to fight us." My world collapsed. In 10 minutes, everything I believed about my family was shattered. My own blood was ready to declare me incompetent, to erase me from my own life. That night, I sat by the window, unable to sleep. The words echoed in my mind. The laughter, the papers, the whispers, they replayed like a nightmare. I wanted to confront him, to scream, to demand answers. But a voice inside me whispered, "Be patient. You have proof now. Use it wisely." The next morning, my son greeted me with his usual smile, as if nothing had happened. I forced myself to smile back. My heart was breaking, but I pretended not to know. Days passed. I became an actress in my own home. I played the role of a trusting, unaware mother while secretly recording every move. The cameras became my shield. Every whisper, every plan, every cruel intention, they were captured. Then, one evening, the moment came. They approached me with the papers. My son's voice was gentle. "Mother, these are just routine documents, nothing important. Please sign them." I looked at the papers. My hands trembled, not with fear this time, but with contained anger. I smiled. "Of course, son." "Let me just get my glasses." I walked to my room, but instead of glasses, I picked up the phone. I called my lawyer. In a trembling but determined voice, I explained everything. The secret recordings, the papers, the plan. He listened carefully and said, "Do not sign anything. Tomorrow I'll come with the proper people. We'll protect you." That night, I checked the cameras again. My son paced nervously in the lounge. "Why didn't she sign?" he asked. My daughter-in-law's voice was sharp. "Be patient. Tomorrow she won't suspect anything, but tomorrow everything changed." The next day, my lawyer arrived, accompanied by a social worker and a notary officer. I sat in the lounge, calm but ready. My son placed the papers in front of me once again, His voice soft, almost coaxing. "Mother, please." Just sign I looked at him. For a long moment, silence hung in the room. Then I spoke, my voice steady. "I know everything. The cameras you thought were broken, they recorded it all, every word, every plan, every betrayal." His face turned pale. My daughter-in-law froze in her chair. They tried to deny it, their voices stumbling, but the moment the recordings were played, the truth stood naked before everyone. That day was the hardest of my life. I saw the mask ripped off my own child. I saw the cruelty of greed in the eyes of the woman I once called daughter. But it was also the day I took back my power. The law was on my side, my property remained mine. The attempt to declare me incompetent failed, and they, my son and his wife, faced consequences for their deceit.